Hey, what's up, you guys? Bring another action figure review to you, and this is the new 52 Batman. I saw this got announced. I think was it a couple of months ago? Was it a couple of months or a month ago? And I was like, I gotta get this figure. There's a couple of Batman figures that's on my list, all-time favorite suits, and this is definitely one of them. This is in my top 10, the new 52 suit. So I knew I had to get this figure, and I'm glad I got it. I haven't really seen anybody on YouTube review it yet, so I don't know if I'm the first YouTuber or not. I don't know, but I'm just glad to have this figure, and I'm glad to get into the review. So let's do it. So you got DC Multiverse at the bottom, Batman there. You got all the legalities and such. You got the barcode, if that does help anybody, because this figure did just come out not that long ago. You got the accessories in there. You have the figure, you have Batman. As you can see, up top, nothing really. You have the 22 moving parts. In that corner, you have the McFarlane Toys in that corner, ages 12 plus. Then on the side there, you have Batman, of course. You got that digital thing there. You have the artwork on the back, which I think is pretty cool. This is the new 52 Batman. That is what this is. And you also have that little maze, which is the Court of Owls. That's where Batman was trapped in that comic run. That's one of the best comic runs of all time. Batman, the new 52 on the side there. Yep, and like I said, you got that there. And so you have Batman inside the packaging. So we are going to get Batman out of the packaging, get further into the review. So let's do it. Whoa, so right out of the package, this figure is amazing. Right out of the packaging. But we'll get the boring stuff out of the way first. So you have the display card here. It's the same art that is on the back of the box, New 52 Batman. And the data file reads, real name Bruce Wayne. As a child, Bruce Wayne watched as his parents were brutally killed in Gotham City's crime alley. Traumatized by their deaths, he devoted his life to become the world's greatest weapon against crime, the Batman, to become the ultimate vigilante, the Dark Knight, disciplined his mind by it to reach the pinnacle of mental and physical superiority in his relentless pursuit of justice. And so we have heard that story about a zillion times. And also, we get the black DC display stand. That is, we get that, of course. And these are weapons that we've seen about 1,000 times already because McFarlane just keeps reusing it. And this is the bat grapple, as you can see. And also the same batarang as well that we've seen about a zillion times. Because on this body buck, this is the Batman Rebirth that McFarlane kept releasing multiple times. I was wondering if this was sculpted or painted. It's funny. It looks sculpted. It looks, you have to look at it off camera. On camera, probably not. But like when you look at it in person, this emblem looks sculpted, but it's not. It's actually painted. But it's painted very well if it looks sculpted. And so, yes, like I was saying, this is the Batman Rebirth buck. And apologize if you have my son in the background, but when you have kids. This is the Rebirth buck. And McFarlane has used it about 1 billion times. So I guess we just got to deal with it. Yeah, so we've seen this buck so many times. But I don't have an issue with it, especially with how the figure came out. I think the figure came out pretty good. Yo, this cape is ridiculous. So 2 things. I was wondering if the cape was wired, and it is. The cape is wired, which is awesome. I love that. Love that very much. And the other thing is that this cape is ridiculously long. Like, I cannot explain. And that is awesome as well. That's awesome sauce. Like, I have always wanted a long Batman cape. I've always wanted them to do that. And it took them so long to freaking make a long Batman cape, but they did. They did it. they made a long Batman cape, and it's awesome. Like this thing, like it droops always, like it's drooping all the way down to my desk. Maybe I need to adjust my camera and show that. But yes, this cape is drooping all the way down. Like you can, like I can't even explain it. Like that's just awesome. Like McFarlane had, as far as I know, he's never done that. And I haven't seen any other action figures do that either. Not any ones that I've owned anyway. This cape droops all the way down to the freaking floor. Like that's crazy. Anyway, so we'll get into the details, but there's just a lot of similarities because I mean, there's only some differences. The bat symbol is different, of course. The belt. They also put wash on the belt, and I love that. You definitely get brownie points for that, for putting wash on the belt. You know, it's the same body mold, everything. You know, everything basically from Rebirth. The trigger finger hand, they did not give him alternate fisted hands. That aggravates me when they do that with Batman. Batman should always have alternate hands. Give him gripping hands, fisted hands. That's just unacceptable. They gave him two this time. Usually on the old Rebirth, they gave him a fisted hand here and a gripping hand here. This time they gave him two trigger hands. You know, usually it's the fist and it's the trigger. That's what they usually do. And for comparisons, I'm going to bring in my custom Batman Rebirth that I customized. But, you know, you can see all the similarities here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see all the similarities. You know, with the body mold, you know, see? Basically identical. And as you can see, same hands. Oh, yeah, this is the fisted hand that I'm talking about that he's supposed to come with. But they didn't do that this time. As you can see, they gave him two. They doubled down on it. Two trigger finger hands, which is crazy. This emblem, the Batman Rebirth, is sculpted. This emblem is not sculpted. You know, you have the differences in the belt, like I said. And basically everything else is identical. You know, the bat knee pads here. You got the bat knee pads here. The same boots. All of that. Only thing that's different is the cape. Obviously, the cape, the belt, and the emblem, and the head sculpt. Which the head sculpt we would get into right now. But I love this freaking cape. This, holy cow. Whoever idea it was with this cape. Anyway, so let's get into the head sculpt. The head sculpt is decent. It's good. It's not anything spectacular or anything, but it gets the job done. I think it's a decent head sculpt. I think it is very decent. It gets that, you know, stern, you know, very mean Batman look. It kind of looks like Batman animated series. That's what it kind of reminds me of. It's kind of like a Batman animated series, but it's a good head sculpt. You know, it gets the job done. That's the back of him, and yeah, it gets the job done. Like I mentioned, the emblem, the belt has wash in it, which I love that. I love it when they do that. And like I said, this cape is ridiculously long, and the cape is wired, so you can pose up this baby however you so choose. If you want your Batman, you know, with the wind flowing in the cape, however you want to do that, you can do it. Okay, so we went through all that. Oh, and if you were wondering about the back, how the back looks, it looks like that. So that is nice as well. Like I said, everything is basically Rebirth Batman. That's just basically what this is. So we'll get into articulation. So that can go to the left, it can go to the right. It can look up about that much. It can look down about that much. He does have pivoting. He does have attitude. His arms can go out about that much. And he can fully rotate. He does have the butterfly hinge that is really weird on McFarlane figures because they just are. He does have the double jointed elbows. He does have upper bicep swivel, and he does have wrist hinge rotation, and he does have this upper ball peg that can go all the way around. It can pivot side to side. It can crunch back that far, crunch forward that much, I suppose. And it can twist all the way around 360, and the lower waist can twist around 360 as well. He can kick forward that much. He can kick back about that much. He does have a slight thigh rotation, and he can split. The McFarlane splits, which is good because this is Batman. Like I said, kick forward, kick back, that's swivel. Slight doubly jointed knees, and he does have full boot rotation, like a full rotation all the way around. You can move it, pivot it, you can hinge it up, you can hinge it down. It does have ankle pivot, and it does have that famous McFarlane toe joint as well. So that is the articulation that you would get for the new 52 Batman right here. And I'm going to get into some size comparisons, and then I will get into my final thoughts. If I can get the Dark Knight to stand, that is. So first up, we will have my custom Court of Owls, and of course they are big, especially they were the first Batman story in the new 52, and that's how they were introduced. And I love the Court of Owls. I love them as villains, as Batman villains. They are definitely in my top. I mean, I have a lot of favorite Batman villains, but I think the Court of Owls are definitely in my top 10 for sure. So yeah, that's the Court of Owls, which is great. And you also have the Talon, which is a mercenary basically for the Court of Owls. They use them to take out targets and stuff. So you have the Talon, that is awesome as well. And you have the new 52 Nightwing paired up with him as well. This is not the McFarlane new 52 Nightwing. This is the DC collectibles one, I believe. I did not get the McFarlane one. I just didn't want to, since I already own this one. So that is how these two match together as well. And here is my custom Bruce Wayne, here matched up with the new 52 Batman as well. And so there he is holding both of his accessories, since they doubled down and gave him two trigger finger hands. Yeah, so yeah. So aside from that, what do I think about this figure? I like it a lot. I like this figure a lot. It definitely hits for me. Maybe people are sick of McFarlane releasing a lot of Batman. Maybe people are sick of McFarlane keep reusing this body mold, but I haven't bought all, is that one? I haven't bought all of the, Rebirth Batmans. I've bought the first Rebirth Batman. I bought the other one that came with the 3-pack. But the rest of them I didn't buy. So I guess maybe that's why it doesn't bother me. But if you are sick of McFarlane keep releasing Batman figures, and if you are sick of this body mold that he keeps using, I understand, but for me, this was a pickup. And me personally, I like this body mold. I like it a lot for Batman. Should he be a little more bigger? Yeah. But I still think that this body mold works. And I like it. And I do like this figure. There's a lot of good points I like about the figure. The head sculpt is decent. The paint is really good. The sculpt is good. They put wash on the belt. I love what they did with the cape. Oh my goodness, I did not expect that. I didn't expect it to be wired. I mean, I suspected if it was going to be a wired cape, but I didn't know for sure. So I didn't know that the cape was going to be wired. And I certainly didn't know that they were going to make the cape that long. The cape is, you have to get this figure in hand to see what I'm talking about. The cape is long, like all the way down to the floor long. Like that's what us Batman fans always wanted from a Batman action figure. Well, some of us anyway. I didn't really realize that I really wanted that. I mean, I was always curious, but I didn't know I really wanted that. But now that I have it, it's awesome. It is awesome. It's awesome sauce. So I really like this figure. I like it a lot. I'm going to give this figure a rating of this is a toughie. I'm hovering between 8.5 and a 9. I'm probably going to give it a high 8.5 because they should have included alternate hands. The bat emblem could have been sculpted. I mean, I do like the way it's painted though. It's painted very nicely. And it's painted in a way where it looks like it's sculpted. You know, you have to see it in person to know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I love what they did with the cape. The head sculpt, like I said, is pretty good. It's decent. I love what they did with the belt, putting the wash on the belt. So I mean, it's the same body mold. Yes, they have reused this body mold to death, but there's some good points here. You know, there's some good stuff. So that's my review, guys. I've rambled on long enough. Hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you liked it, found it informative. Please like the video if you so inclined. And I have another great video coming up for you guys, so stay tuned for that. And this has been my review of the DC Multiverse Mcfarlane Toys Batman New 52 action figure review. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you found it informative. And until the next time, see ya.